So Pamela Perry asked a very good question. She asked me, how do I really feel about the story of Moses and Noah? Because my thing is, the world was destroyed by water. It's showing up a lot of people here. Well, here's the thing. I've done many videos about this. And on my YouTube page, which if you look at my name, Lorenzo Reed, spelled L-A-R-E-N-Z-O-R-E-I-D, you will find that I've done a very long form video on the Noah's flood and the story of Moses. But the short version will be this. Neither one of them happened. Let me stick with the Noah story for a little bit here. In the Noah story, yes, you do see that other civilizations have flood stories. You do see that there were floods in other areas. But the problem with the Noah story is that it said that it covered the entire world. That it said that it killed everyone on the planet except for Noah, his 3 sons, and Noah's wife, and the 3 sons' wives. 8 people still around. All right. The problem is the Minoan civilization existed before, during, and after the flood. The Egyptian civilization before, during, and after the flood. The Chinese civilization before, during, and after the flood. The Mayans, Aztecs. All these people, the Chinese dynasties or warring states, they all existed before, during, and after the flood. There are too many civilizations that existed before, during, and after the flood that it invalidates first the part that they were the only people on the planet. And everyone's flood story has a different person or group of people or a whole village of people who survived these floods. The other thing, geologically, there is no evidence. There are places on the earth, let me put it this way, there are places on the earth, there's a lake in particular, falls from my brain right now, where they show absolutely 0 signs of flooding in its entire history. So for a flood to have happened all over the world, every part of the world would show a flood in the same geological strata. But the problem is that even the places that have flood stories in the geological strata, they don't show a flood happening at the same time. And in order to validate your story, it all has to happen at the same time. That never happened. There's much more about the flood story, so go to my long form video. As far as Moses is concerned, there are so many problems with Moses' story. The fact that crossing the Red Sea with all its jagged edges and all that kind of stuff, and you may argue we don't know what the terrain looked like at the bottom of the Red Sea, but the fact they crossed it in a night, 2 million plus people. The fact that the only time in the writing that Moses and Ramses would have existed at the exact same time covers only about 3 years. So they could not have grown up as brothers. So it only covers 3 years. The fact that each one story, the Moses story and the Noah story, all come from previous civilizations who told that story before it entered into your Old Testament. So they're fictitious stories to teach a lesson.